Mike, what did you
Recording in progress.
what did you see from Zach last night? What do you think the biggest issue was?
Yeah, it wasn't just Zach. It was just us as an entire offense, starting with me, going down to the rest of the coaches. It obviously wasn't good enough from all levels. Couldn't get a run game going. Had 5 penalties in the first half. Execution, fundamentals, everything was off. And again, that starts with me.
Mike, the first series when the third down sack, when it was like a delayed blitz there they ran, it just is actually, I assume he's got to see that. He's got to pick that up, and it just seemed to throw him off for the entire night. Do you think that had that much of an impact?
Yeah, I don't know if that had too much of an impact moving forward. He was hot, he was hot off his right side. The slide was going left. He had to move a little bit off the spot to the left and throw an anticipation ball to Corey, or at least just get the ball, away. We came off the sideline there and corrected it and kind of went through all the rest of the scat and gone protections where we're in 5-man protections. Just, hey, this is where you're going to be hot. This is where your answer is. Some answers are going to be better than others. I kind of stayed away from the scat world after that, but I don't think that affected him.
Mike, I know Zach's confidence right now. He seemed last night, pretty down, as you would imagine after a performance like that.
Excuse me, say that one more time.
Do you worry about Zach's confidence? He seemed, pretty down last night, as you would expect after a performance like that.
He's a tough-minded kid. Obviously all of us were pretty beat up yesterday. And when you're the quarterback, in the NFL, quarterback for the New York Jets, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. We talk about it all the time. You're going to wake up and the sun comes up and you get right back to work. And that's what he is. That's who he is. All of us got to be better. I got to be better for him. And, he's going to show up today and he's going to get back to work and try to learn and go. And, that's what he's going to do.
Mike, I know Robert and you guys are still deliberating and, with regard to who will play next, but if Zach is the guy the next 2 games, what can he gain out of that? How important could those 2 games be for him to try to kind of erase what's taken place?
Yeah, no, I mean, it'll be real big, just starting with this first game. We got Seattle in 9 or 10 days, whatever it is. And, again, we got to piece a lot of things together right now. I like the direction at one point of where this thing was going. And over the last, 2-3 weeks, whatever it's been, it hasn't been good enough. Again, starting with me and the rest of the coaches. So we got to figure a lot of things out.
Mike, what's not happening for you guys in the run game right now? Why does it just look like it's non-existent right now?
Yeah, it's off, and that's kind of what I was just alluding to right there. There was a stretch, and I showed the guys that the other day. There was a stretch where we ran the ball pretty well. Green Bay, Denver, obviously the Buffalo game, even Minnesota kind of got it going a little bit late, but these last 3 weeks has not been acceptable on all levels, starting with, us as coaches, putting these guys in the position to get the run game going, the execution off, the fundamentals are off. And that starts with me. And we got to get that fixed like now, like yesterday.
How much does this team miss Breece Hall? Mike, you mentioned those games, Miami game, Green Bay game, Denver game. He was a guy who could, turn a short play into these huge gains. It feels like your offense doesn't have that right now.
Yeah. That is what it is. That was 2 months ago. We ran the ball well against Chicago, ran the ball pretty well against Minnesota. Breece is a great player. Love to have him and he'll be great moving forward, but that's not the issue right now.
Mike, what more do you know about Zach, through 16 weeks than you did at the beginning of this season?
That he's resilient. He is, I know you guys don't get to see that on a day-to-day basis, but he has grown a lot in the last, 2 years. He's faced more adversity than he probably ever has, in his entire life. And he keeps showing up to work, looking for ways to get better, so you thought you knew that about him, but you definitely can see that, where he's at right now.
Is he a better quarterback than he was last year? And if so, in what ways?
I do believe he's a better quarterback. I know it's not showing. I know he feels more confident going into games. I know he feels more confident with the speed of the NFL. It's not showing, but again, it's going to be written that it's all about him and all that, but it's not. It's again, it starts with me, and it's all getting all 11 guys on the same page. And for the last few weeks, we haven't gotten that done.
Mike, once Chris went in, the offense moved like it hadn't all game. And we've seen that when Mike White came in, the offense was moving like it didn't with Zach. Like, can you put your finger on why it's working with quarterbacks not named Zach Wilson this season?
Yeah, I mean, Zach, I'm gonna not answer that one. I'm not trying to compare Zach to all the other guys. I got to figure it out and figure out a way to get him in a rhythm, and I haven't done that, so I'm not going to compare it. I thought Strev came in and did a really good job for what we asked him to do. Yesterday, I was really proud of him. I know he battled, and had a great drive. Wish we could have finished that one out, and I think the game could have got pretty interesting right there. But again, not trying to compare all those quarterbacks.